Yeah, so OTUMFUO concludes Bawku mediation, urge parties to embrace peace as brothers and sisters. The Asantehene OTUMFUO Tutu II has concluded his months-long mediation in the protracted Bawku chieftaincy dispute. Again, I said now because a normal now, because most of us we were so concerned as Ghanaians and also as people are peace around the world. How did you see this? A normal way, koso way akokun way akobu way we actually way you say no. How were you? How was the feeling personally as a Ghanaian?
Yeah, I think that first of all, I say yenda ya acknowledge OTUMFUO say
Yeah.
Getting your marriage in San. I hope so to make.
Yeah, me too, Kapaye. But my voice control can say it will be much better.
And what me I do
Edumujwa.
now, baby beer ni wa in Tokwa Air Koswa, in Pumptu, and I say development Bekoso. Okay, aside that, before in Tokwa Crasem, you compare the south to the north, you realize that there is a huge gap in development.
Very huge gap.
The south is way ahead, and the north is rather lagging behind. And you know, say in Tokwa Sababu, now a such development project. I mean, it doesn't benefit the people of the north, and it doesn't benefit Ghanaians as a whole. And Tokwa ne crowd there, I'm sure say from the top to the bottom, because one, it will affect development. Two, it will destroy the futures of Nkwara born because the carefulness when the crowd go school, teachers were even moving from that places back to their homes because Obia should get it. And the development, no airport, a tree, and so on and so forth. So when government sought to mediate and intervene, it was a good, it was a good move. And now, you need to say, OTUMFUO, the mediation process, and we are hoping and we are believing because we OTUMFUO,
Yes.
Asantehene, say, and now, one key thing is, okay, letter now, release ahead of their meeting at Menchiana. It showed that on making sure, say, every party was fully represented. Now, this faction and this faction, but we are hoping, we are waiting for the final verdict. And now, only say president in the day mandate initially, into one to make the final verdict. He has to consult with the president, and they will come up with whatever is ahead. And now, share almost say, go to Omabunofu. Say, Obia under the waiting for this because during mediation period,
You're not more outside on the cry, it was too much.
Yes, you see. So it was a key thing, power time, because say the John Monku is an question to Panasia. I mean, it will ruin everything OTUMFUO has done.
Yeah, sure.
It will ruin everything OTUMFUO has done. One of the key things I will say, or can woman say, Moko two Mabluno for say the Mama Betty. It's no moon train. And my na any president, no any money we are see. Maybe I never come and bomb and say, you can't say a check. Say a child. When people wait for a long time, they begin to fear. They begin to lose hope in the process.
People were also jubilating, said they've won. I think that was the Kusasi people. So the other party might also think, say, hey.
You see. So important say, you can't say check, say Mahama, the President Mahama ne OTUMFUO'S chip, there will be an issue. And I think the OTUMFUO'S also stressed the said expeditiously. Obehopi said Mahama will work on it expeditiously because a very important say the mediation proposals will come out very, very early. The waiting period will not be too long to cause any other confusion. See, I think that it's a good step, and then we are all believing and hoping that Ntokwa should be trapped because Ntokwa maybe I'm explaining to me because oh Ntokwa or not in the environment realize this some time ago it was drawing closer to us.
Yes. Even in Kumasi, Kusasi, Kumasi, and Ewasmase, and all that.
It was drawing very closer to us. It's what baby now can say, oh, and farm on any. No, we wouldn't know because close to you, your neighbor would be a Kusasi or a Mampus. Very close to you. Ebiana was almost as neighbors. And then by the time you realize it is at your doorstep, and then you can't come out and all of that. It's very important that wherever you are, you also pray and then hope that everything works out. Because though we are different people, but we are different people under one nation, under one country, and that counts. We see it in that light. There are things that maybe there are things that it was good because and
that's not the best.
That's not the best. Your properties will be destroyed. Your children's future will not,
The life that have been lost during this fight in the crown, Charlie. A lot of people know. A lot.
And it's like very important. So this mediation process comes to a close very soon because situations there will be a prolonged conflict in Ghana. Places like Sudan, places like Syria, places like the Ukraine, Russia, with this short period, before I'm losing my life. It's any prolonged pair, we have an issue. We are all hoping because Senya is a you organize trips to Kumasi and Chebia you organize a trip to the north. Say ever corner to Kwabina after there. I go fry into member and all of that. Yeah, I think that it's a good process now to Fasha so His Excellency Mahama. Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah. And I know, say no baby Adruno. O say meeting the course so inside or no. The two leaders were all present there. Obia raising and no against Obi. They respected each other.
Yes.
Calm dialogue and all that. But outside there, people were shouting, yeah, you're ready, yeah, say, hey.
Yeah.
And I even saw a video, be a guy, but who can say, hey, you're through. Hey, yeah, you're through. Like, I was like, wow, really?
They say,
yes, exactly.
It took the intervention of the military men and
military
others to come in. That's how I be Asantehene.
Because it's too much. Say leaders in the criteria, no. What about Omomudu Omechino? Yes. Those are the people they can follow.
Nothing or two for making that point. Also, Omongo can't share Omabedi say, and I say their own people that this is what we have agreed. Whilst and there is a ceasefire visa.
Yeah.
Currently we are on the ceasefire period. Change the proposal that OTUMFUO will make to His Excellency will be finalized. Now, then they will all agree. Just like Trump, I'm making 28 points plan now. They are Putin now. I mean, also they are making. Also, Europe is making a lot of changes in it. So changes now Europe for and benefits into 1 G2. So we realize that so we are hoping that proposal when it comes out, both factions will agree.
I think that for now there, both parties know palace or no, they read it out to them. They know what the plan is.
Yes.
So probably but what about said there are some people say during the war. So there should still be a revenge. That's some of the people motive. Revenge. Because ceasefire. Oh, say no, jai.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, but because Madam Fubi Yashimedan. 18 to cornerstone, I can see say it will still be prolonged because of the word revenge. I'm going for revenge for me, my papa, me bibi. And how who is that?
Yeah, very true. Very true. Point now making very true. And looking now, so we get a little bit about conflict resolution and I say mediation. There is always this particular thing there where I'm afraid of reconciliation. It's our reconciliation, not HSL. They appease whoever has lost something. Sometimes they do that through monetary or building of houses and all of that. And I say sometimes they prosecute certain people who are behind it to appease Obia or say on Tiasi. So in Tiana mostly, it comes along with mediation process. Say Obi fele aggrieved, Obi try to say and you kuminia and position and yashi fee and position and your J Massas free reserve and position. So there is always a reconciliation factor they place inside the proposal to ensure say Obia or losing something, the person is appeased. No, you're okay. They've used it in Rwanda, they've used it in South Africa, they've used it in most of the conflict-ridden countries. One day, Obi sorry will be rebel.
Yes.
So that reconciliation factor, it has to come through. That is my opinion. It has to come through. OTUMFUO, in his own wisdom, which we submit to that wisdom, Onono will come up with his own proposal, which will be perfect. But from what I have read and what I know, mostly when there is any conflict resolution and as a more reconcile.
I think that maybe on that day, I'm more reconcile. But what about the other? The leaders in the pen reconcile. Say, oh, okay, sad. Near Queen, and yeah, send a answer be any. As I see, I come Yana Namokra, yeah, cast away be this, we bet now, so this time we be say, because Obi I try can say, oh, women and Namon a bet occupy and Sunny edge my bet and chain. Namomu bet and chain can I say those stories, no. Omukra no ba wu akọ so mo tena se ahu a omukra wu akọ ma fa asase na agbo so we should just sit but echitafo no na me dwene wo mo so sese
we can only
leaders no dey say na bi omukọ tena se dwene all these things are reconcile you but echitafo no na yes e frefre obi a anase boko hono no they have some big event be or something just to make sure say they are also connecting them. No, be the bonny because baby to na boniface one for be bonny antenna obi so far bonny nchao. Wait, they cool be from this side, you cool be from this side, you cool you pro way, you pro yashi so obi oh okay na me say oh any etwam ye fa nche yes apa dia
very important. And I make us we can only hope because sometimes it's always resolve conflict. Understanding is very important. Send the pan a bet see us no one to say okay, we have been born in channel cry neshi. Unze said it, sir, may make you reference to Putin here. So Putin and Tiasia, your obey mediating, why Those maybe a Ukraine side now, they will lose certain lands and certain cities. But the Ukraine leader now is willing to understand and accept. But what of the other side? It's the point now making there very important. Say the leaders no too, and the people are willing not to accept. But we are just hoping say they will recognize and respect their leaders. Say the leader Tituma means from Bejiatu. We can only hope. We can only hope say they will give that maximum respect to their leader. And I'm to say am I still connected?
Yeah.
Like respecting their leaders. Yes. They respect. When the leaders speak, they will respect them because those who went inside to meet OTUMFUO, they were in agreement.
Yeah.
They were in agreement because Osha, there were former MPs or delegations from the Bawku leaders and then other things, other places. So we are hoping that it will translate to the people as well. Almost over here, I say, okay, you need an adjustment there. Despite what we are, despite irrespective of everything that we have lost, we are willing to give peace a chance. This time it's not about going back and then, because there are those things you have lost. It will be very difficult for anyone to bring it back. Senya Okano, Kusasis, they've lost people. Mampusis, they've lost people. Human life there, how do you bring back human life? So we just need to
reconcile. It could be baby, more die no, you can build it, but life,
we can't bring back life. You just agree. There wouldn't be further loss of lives.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be further loss of lives because you wouldn't know what your child will grow up to be for Ghana and for the world. But maybe through this conflict, no one will lose Accra. Ghana or Africa or the entire world because of misunderstanding. Then we end up losing that child. So we can only hope, say, in Penifua boom. Now, presidents didn't want shame and all of that. Understanding will prevail.
I think the same thing. So we are just waiting for the president also to come out with whatever. Of course. It's going to be. Also, yes, you will come and comment on that one because Charlie, Ghana for need it because I did wear no now draw a back closer to the south. Accra, Kumasi instances in BC, Accra, Kumasi, and some other places. So yeah, you need it. Edua, the Bebremo. This is BBC and Creators App. So first time, I will entreat you to like, comment, subscribe, and also share with some family and friends. Yeah, thanks for joining, Nima.
Welcome.
And also,
I did say, you're finding time here. Can't answer me about what's the issues.
What's the
issue?
Most
of the students have failed in social studies. It's serious because social by time. You say one now because what's the
time? You just write anything. Just write anything. You pass.
You understand it and then you write what you have written. But very shameful. The way about it, very shameful as a nation. Say, the subject now, pass social studies here. It shouldn't be a subject also a fail. Because at the one trouble just at least good.
If you write something,
I was pass mark. now they call it, but just to have a
at least CBD ubenya C.
Yes, but F9 totally there. It means
F9.
One.
When you F9. Oh.
A bus me a bath for now. I thought say those who were caught stealing, maybe those who were caught with examination or practices. But it turns out say yes, a
failure and casa.
A failure and casa. So maybe we'll find out.
Because the education system, no, and as a free SHS, no, so a higher kakra na BB.
Who is the way no? Who attribute to a lot of factors. But there is a study there, oh yeah, but I don't know, no, just one school, but I can't mention the school. It turns out, say, there were a lot of they had a lot of students, and it had overburdened the infrastructure and the teachers.
Okay.
In the classroom, you should have maybe a 30, and as I said, then you have times 3 or times 2 of this. Maybe perhaps a corridor. So a lot of factors. There were certain schools where they will be at a disadvantage on certain things, and it is so attributed to morale of the teachers. Maybe we say teachers the morale of form. Teachers the morale of form. And it is so attributed to the students. Students themselves, the students now are balance. Omo is stubborn. Omo part the only thing they want to stay on the phone. So obia ni baby o so wo hwe utie GS kwa ne nat press release ya omo ye ya. They were not accepting fault, but they were rather shifting the blames to some of the parents and some of the students. But maybe irrespective of the fact, the course of the SNO, social studies there, and from whom say teacher and I say social studies there. Say mathematics now also be on one social studies. Even if someone doesn't teach you, and then you have a book, you can still pass social studies. It's the teacher new planner, the more about for one material, and I say a classroom now. Thanks
for joining.
Social textbook. I mean, easy to learn it and understand. It's like a mathematics being a case and you feel teacher.
Or science be crap.
Or science be chemistry, physics be now say. But for social studies there, I mean, you pay.
And do you know, say the number of students are failing,
I know the man one.
For the past years, the number of students are failing in these subjects.
It's alarming. Alarming.
Yeah. So what can the DS do? At least maybe the syllabus I don't know.
Bro, me say, me can say, I don't think it's a syllabus because it's the same thing we did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
The rate at which we were passing was not that low, and it was very high. We were passing. But maybe just say, as a Siciano, I'm not be say students know a lot of workload. But what yes, is your workload.
A lot. Yeah, but there's only 10. Say almost had about 10 now. Also sometimes I'm not so kakram.
So yes. Yeah, near 10
every day we are near trade 2 papers.
So I don't think it's the workload. Say workload no plan. Say mathematics near the workload that. And not meant to say no. But me say be a meant to say me say. So because who said we had someone who left ne papa money free JHS to go and write. The kid performed well. Social studies. JHS who?
I know coach away. SS.
Or control private.
Wow.
The kid perform. Let's say they are on straight A's, but the lowest is something. It's the workload. Aside the work, it's can be beyond what feel you can social studies. I mean, you would back and say, oh, it be a problem if you but for social studies now, as when you're F9, you the student, you can't leave you out, and you can say, yeah, can't.
Even in social studies in Australia, how do you come? Because social studies is everything surrounding us in the society.
Everything.
So how then do you become a good person in the society if you feel this? So on my performance, I have the performance here. Performance of WASI candidates 2024 to 2025. 2024 subjects, I will say the subjects failed rates 2024 and 2025. And we will see how things went. English language, in 2024, English language, they got 5.88%, as in people who failed. But in 2025, it was 12.86%. Mathematics, 2024 failed, it was 6.10%. 2025, 26.77%, and increased too much. Integrated science, 7.12%. 2025, and so 16.05%. And in social studies, social studies, 2024, it was 9.55%, and a failure. But now it's 27.50%. That means that it's too much. It's way too much. We are just hoping that Adisiane and Prano, they will sit up and things will go on better, because it's alarming. English in Kwano, Omomunya A's A to C6. It was 289,673. You Oshusha Sanoma way. I compare the previous time near Iba. Like Oshama, the list is here. Oshama, you see, say no, why this results? So I normally bring a course why you can see so
me, I think that we shouldn't leave the students out.
Yeah.
We can't leave the students out in the blame. Teacher GS and
GS.
GS
also coming at a point in time, because I learned some time ago, almost a syllabus, even the materials to give them to teach and all that. Then also different as
you see, there are so many factors. But say Antenasia and as a Ghana and Casano, Yantenase and overhaul the entire educational system. Maybe a baby, no.
Even now, no. Hey, students, it's me one factor. They say the way our education system is structured, no. Obit me ma 3 months. No, I bet this school move 1 month. Was how coffee. Like meaning so how they come home and they go like baby now so bad. Oh, I'm not saying they classes. Almost actually.
Debbie. Send and you now. What they are planning for extra classes. Yeah. Many of them. We see them around. Almost 3 months. I said, Nancy, I'm going to school February.
Wow, look at this.
I think they are 2 months ago. They were going back to school either February. It's a long period now. Student in the TF, Ora school man, no, I'm Ora school man, no, I'm and I be now so extra class near Domukon, Omunkusi.
Oh, baby, fashion, yeah. They say your time in another fashion. Your time in another Sano Mano. As I say, as time goes on, you know, say they step it up. And to say a time no crowd, I'm betting Sanamu Yukulu for. The advance.
Yes. It's no. All these factors in the doors. But for social studies, and no catch educational system. They say, should be a should be a young farmer. it will get to a time I don't know what is going to become of your school seminar. I mean, your students near.
Yes. You are failing off, Charlie. I think that yeah, and you know, next time we will continue again. We did 30 minutes trial here already. Thanks for joining once again. And there's a chipping a wasi and sensitivity because yeah, it's like a can't Mampusi for us and but Bawku conflict. That's the conflict between Mampusi and Kusasis. But they say the way back we Ghanaians we are lagging behind. Let's step it up. Thanks for joining. Obibia, please do all to subscribe. Let's grow together. Thank you very much. Bye bye. All right, sure. Bye.